Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Media Champions. I'm your host, Mary Therese Griffin in Atlanta. Today, we're going to introduce you to Danny Moering of Get Findable because you need to be found, especially if you have a business and you're in this world of media and marketing. Danny, welcome to Media Champions.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for what you do because what you do matters so much. You help people connect to the right audience. You help them to become found, which is so crucial in this day and age. So straight out of the gate, I'm going to ask you this all important question because you're the guy I need to ask this of. But what is the value of SEO in digital marketing, digital and media marketing? Because a lot of people hear that term SEO. They're not quite sure what it is, but you're the guy that's going to help them find it.
Yeah, absolutely. So SEO is really important, and there's two different types. There's local SEO, and then there's on-site SEO as well. And both of them serve a very important function for a local business, especially if you're a local business and you serve a local market. You need to make sure that your best customers can find you when they're searching for your products and services. And so making sure that you're easily found or findable, which is where the name came from, is important. And SEO and local SEO do that. Local SEO will help make sure your Google business profile, which is the new name for Google My Business, to be as high on the map as possible when people search. And then on-site SEO is going to be your website SEO, where we're getting Google to trust your website and your business and rank you for those keywords and search terms that are most relevant to your business so your best customers can find you. So that's SEO we're doing. That's making sure we train Google and their algorithm to make sure that you can be found by the people that matter most to your business.
You know, I imagine it's almost like a class with your new clients, your potential clients, because they know they have a fistful of money. They have to advertise. They got to get their brand and their messaging out there. But you have to put the creative with the analytics. Am I right? You have to mesh the two together in order to have success. And that's where understanding what SEO is all about is so crucial.
Absolutely. And I've got clients that have been paying me to do SEO for them for over a year that still say it's a little bit of a smoke and mirrors thing to them. And it's tongue in cheek, but it's because for some people, especially if you don't fully understand it, it can seem a little bit like wizardry, or if you have a little bit more cynical take, just a manipulation to get you to give them money. But it's not true at all. And there should be some sort of education that goes into making sure that your customers understand what it is that you're going to be doing for them. And so my job is not only to pull those levers on a functional side once we have a client to make sure that we're optimizing for them as best we can, but it's also to make sure that I can explain to them in a way that really matters and makes sense and translates to them what we're going to do, and then continuing to have that conversation as we build the relationship and as we continue to provide service.
Oh, and that relationship building is so important. You have to have trust. And you just said something that because I had a recent situation with my car. Okay. I mean, do I think my mechanic has got smoke and mirrors in front of him with me sometimes? Maybe. But you know what? I trust
Right.
him because I don't know what I'm doing with my car. So I go to the expert and make sure that he takes care of business, right? Which is what you do.
Absolutely. I mean, you got to find someone that you trust. Trust your gut. A lot of times, unfortunately, in the marketing space, there's a lot of charlatans out there. There's a lot of people out there that don't know what they're doing, decided they wanted to start a side hustle or just quit their job, and this is what they're going to do because it's easy. And it's not actually that easy. And we're not in the business of taking someone's money and not performing. That to me is a donation, and I'm not interested in that. So you definitely want to find someone that you trust and that is vested in helping your business grow. Be weary of guarantees because there aren't any guarantees in marketing. The only guarantee
Right.
that I'm going to give you is that we're going to do everything we can to perform, and we'll be communicative and take your feedback and roll with it.
Well, I think people need to go no further than your website to see some of the folks that you've been working with and servicing to know that you're the real deal. I have a time for one more question, Danny, and
Mhm.
just the way the trends are changing so quickly. How do you see them going in the next couple of years? Because they're changing on a dime, and folks have to be ready.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've seen COVID did a number on this culture in a lot of different ways, and one of them was pushing businesses into having to be digital first, whether it's healthcare or hospitality or restaurant, whatever it was. They had to figure out, how do I switch to a more online model where it's a little bit more virtual, the way I interact with my clients, patients, customers, whatever it is. And the other thing that happened is people moved out of major metropolitan areas during COVID because of COVID, and brought their more tech savvy buying behaviors and habits to those more smaller and rural markets. And so, all of that to say that we're seeing a massive spike, and it's continuing to grow in local near me searches on Google, and I don't see that stopping. So there's a lot of businesses that have kind of decided, you know what, I did this on word of mouth. I've got a great reputation. I'm going to continue to go that route, but we are going to see an even larger shift over the next few years of mobile first traffic and local interest in search terms and keywords for businesses that are local. And businesses just need to be aware of that and be prepared for it.
Well, you are doing it with gusto, my friend. Thank you so much for being on Media Champions. There's a lot of folks out there in this business world, this marketing world, that are lost, and you're going to help them to be found. So thank you so much for saying yes to Media Champions.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you, Danny. And you're going to want to get found, right? So we're going to connect you with Danny. It's very easy to find him at Findable. You can find us right here at dailyadbrief.com. I'm Mary Treese Griffin in Atlanta. We'll see you next time for more Media Champions.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.